I've got a question for you. Who is a man? Is it the super ripped guy at your gym who belts out a manly yell on every squat? Maybe it's a dude in his man cave drinking beer and watching the game. Or is it just a human with the right biological equipment? Maybe you're thinking it's all of these things. Or maybe none of them. Before our modern era, people had a pretty clear idea on what being a man was. And it wasn't any of those things. Being a man was the opposite of being a child. A child is self-centered, fearful, and dependent. A man lives the manly virtues. Our great-grandfathers knew this, but over the years we've lost this meaning, and now it seems we have more grown-up children every day. Brett and Kate McKay from The Art of Manliness want to help revive what our great-grandfathers knew. That if you forge the 7 manly virtues within yourself, you become a man of character, not a caricature. Their book, Manvotionals, is a collection of speeches, inspirational stories, quotes, manly poems, and other work on the 7 manly virtues we should all strive to achieve. If someone asked me, who is a manly man, I'd probably default to saying anyone who works for digging gold in Alaska. The weather is freezing, the hours are long, and the work is dangerous. If someone asked me who is a gentleman, I'd think of a man in a tux who is good-hearted. If someone asked me who is a man of character, I would think of people who stood up for what is right and did the right thing. For thousands of years, being a man meant you lived the manly virtues. These were men like Jack London, who lived and thrived in the roughest of places, who were intellectually sharp, and who were still cordial and genial to the people he encountered. Maybe Theodore Roosevelt said it better. We need the iron qualities that go with true manhood. We need the positive virtues of resolution, of courage, of indomitable will, of power to do without shrinking from the rough work that always must be done. When I was a kid, I watched my fair share of World War II movies. They'd show the Allied troops parachuting into Normandy and fighting the Nazis. I admired that courage. As I grew older, I realized that wasn't the only type. There was the silent courage of the Tiananmen Square man standing in front of that column of tanks. I learned about the moral courage of Martin Luther King and the civil rights protesters fighting for equality, and the intellectual courage of Galileo, who challenged the status quo of his time. Why we need the manly virtue of courage was probably best expressed by Winston Churchill when he said, "Courage is rightly esteemed the first of human qualities, because it is the quality which guarantees all others." We have no control over the circumstances into which we are born. But there are 2 things over which we have complete sovereignty: time and toil. They are the great equalizers among men. Every man, rich or poor, has 60 minutes an hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, to work as much as he will. Industry and time. How they are used is what separates the mediocre from the extraordinary. Or as Thomas Edison would say, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. Starting a new hobby, or that great American novel, is exciting. The beginning of an adventure, the thrill of the start. That will carry you through for a while. But what will you do when that initial excitement wears off? When the going gets tough? Will you give up and move on to the next thing? Or will you have the willpower, the commitment, the resolution to carry on? A man understands that greatness comes to those who maintain their resolve, who continue to move forward, who keep steady through thick and thin. Most of us will never need the self-reliance our pioneering fathers had. After all, I'm guessing most of us don't need to worry that the nearest neighbor is 12 hours away. But while our modern era has ended this utterly and complete self-reliance our forefathers needed, it has also brought its own challenges. Do you feel like you're just drifting through life? That life is happening all around you, but not controlled by you? Then start relying on yourself to make your own life. Assume responsibility for your mistakes. When Google can't tell you an answer, figure it out. Don't wait around for your dreams to come true, but get up and start to figure it out as you go. A self-reliant man knows it's up to him to make his own way, and he has the confidence that he controls his own destiny. Discipline. Not a very popular word nowadays. It brings to mind the discipline of the drill instructor or the hard teacher. Many youngins seem to think that they can hack their way to success instead of having the discipline to pursue the big goals in life. They think they can get the confidence they want by following the 7 secret tricks for more confidence instead of having the discipline to practice stepping outside of their comfort zone. They think they can get the riches they want by simply visualizing them with their mind's eye instead of following the discipline of a monthly budget. They think they can get the A+ grades they want by using the 8 simple techniques to remember anything for 48 hours, instead of having disciplined study habits. Discipline may not be a very popular word, but it is the virtue that keeps you moving forward, even when your mind and body tell you no. The man of honor has gone through a few different meanings over the centuries, but nowadays it basically means having integrity. In our cynical age, many people scoff at this idea of being a man of honor. A man of integrity is fine, but honor is such an antiquated notion. But men of honor possess everything that we admire. The ability to self-reflect and realize their own mistakes. The courage to admit when they've done wrong. The ability to find an answer and be resourceful. Working hard and seeing a job through to the end. In short, being a man that others can look up to. In a world that seems adrift, with trust in our most important institutions at all-time lows, it seems that men of honor are what we are in need of most. Hey guys, it's Nick. So I just gave you a super brief overview of the 7 virtues, but you gotta remember that this book is essentially a compilation of how-to advice, stories, and other stuff from the great men throughout history on living these virtues. It's really an awesome read. You have stories from Frederick Douglass on how he stood up to his brutal master and reclaimed his manhood and honor, which seriously made me want to go out and read his book immediately. You have my absolute favorite passage, so favorite, I actually made a poster of it, from the great Harry Houdini's personal journal on conquering fear. You also have stuff from Marcus Aurelius on manhood and honor, some invigorating poetry from Williams Wordsworth, Rudyard Kipling, and Walt Whitman, and some sobering war stories from the Untold Stories of the Band of Brothers, and a ton more awesome stuff. I gave this book to a couple of my friends a few Christmases ago, and they loved it. If you do end up buying the book, or anything else on Amazon, I'd ask if you could use my Amazon affiliate link below. It doesn't cost you a penny more, and Amazon gives me a little kickback for sending you there, which enables me to make more awesome videos for you guys. And if you like videos about history, economics, money, or big ideas, I'm happy to email you when I post a new video. You can sign up on my website, thenickright.com/email. Alternatively, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Till the next video, I'll see you guys.